Hello everyone. As you can probably tell from the title of this video, I just spent over a month and a half killing Vyrewatch Sentinels. I managed to kill quite a few of them. Originally my goal was to kill 15,000 just to get a couple of the blood shards during the update, but it ended up going a little bit further and I figured I'd share it with everyone. So before I get to the loot, I just wanted to talk about the gear I'm using, why I did this and whatnot. So if you do just want to see me selling all this stuff, then maybe I can post something on the screen for you to jump to that point. But if not, I just wanted to go over the gear to start with. Really, I just ended up using more welfare gear. The reason being, I kept dying and I was paying about 30,000 a death, and that probably happened 40 or 50 times, and it really started to add up. So it really helped for me just to put on some more basic stuff, mainly the gloves, the boots, and the ring. So if I do actually die here, for the most part I spend about 1,000 gold for my stuff back, so it's not so bad. But it's a lot better than 30,000 when I'm dying so much. And the process for killing these is pretty straightforward. I like to do the prayer method because I want to stay as AFK as possible for the entire time, which is good if you're doing this for 10, 12 hours a day. But all you need to do is just smack the guys when your prayer gets anywhere low. Just hit the altar here. And for the most part, if you're smart, you should never die. Of course, I died too many times to count. But that just comes with AFKing, and I'm not too sure how you could kill over 10,000 of these guys without fully AFKing them. But enough on that. I did want to talk about exactly why I was doing this. I was playing, a lot of RuneScape lately. We're all kind of stuck inside, and I was just doing so much. So I wanted to take a break. But at the same time, you guys probably also get bored. If you're just watching TV or playing in another game, loading screens on Xbox games, whatever it is, and you want to have something else to do for those few seconds of downtime. I just spent doing this. So whenever I was watching TV, doing work, doing cleaning around my house, anything like that, just had my character here smacking these guys. And then periodically I would look back. I tried to pick up everything. Of course, that's not entirely possible when doing it for this many hours. So I did probably not pick up drops of maybe 1,000 or so of the Sentinels. At the same time, though, when I was doing a little more passive activities, just like watching TV or whatever, I would end up picking up the loot of everybody else around me that wasn't picking it up. So that sort of supplemented anything I might have lost from there. So for the most part, you could probably judge the loot to be exactly what you would expect. I don't want to give any spoilers, but I think I did get a little more lucky than most people should here, at least based on the wiki. And I'll go ahead and throw up on the screen exactly what the drop rates are here. As you probably know, the only thing that you're actually going for is the blood shard. All these other drops that you're going to get aren't very valuable. The blood shard now has been fluctuating between about 8 and 11 million. I think it's going to crash soon. I'm not too sure. But I'm not too worried about it, and I'll show you why in a little bit. Alright, so I think we should jump right into it. So I will see you guys at the Grand Exchange. Hello again, everyone. So here we are, looking to sell all of our stuff. The last thing I just wanted to mention before we actually get to looking at the tab, which I'm very excited for, was the fact that the very first reason why I decided just to kill a few of these guys was to get myself 100 hard clues. Clue scrolls in general are probably one of my favorite activities in the game. I have over 35,000 mediums done, a couple hundred hards. I'm trying to get more of those. So I just wanted to bring 100 hard clues. Turns out that I ended up just focusing more on the Sentinel kills more than the hard clues, so my drop rate on those is actually quite a bit lower than what it should be. Main reason for that is just because I held on to them while I was doing other stuff. Didn't quite do it efficiently, so if you are going to kill an insane number of these guys, then just keep in mind that you should get quite a few more hard clues than I did. but we will also open up that loot to check it out once we are done. And please don't judge my bank. I haven't looked at it in a few months, so it's pretty messy at the moment. The actual tab we have is right here. This is going to be all the beautiful money we're making. I'm quite excited to sell it because I actually have no idea how much money it's going to go for. The only thing I kept track of is the blood shards, which you may notice are missing here, which I think we will do first. I'll show you where exactly those went and how much money we made from them. Other than that, you can see the actual loot here, 16,700. Like I said, my goal was 15,000. I went a little further above that. And then also there are quite a few, especially of the dusts, that I didn't pick up. And like I said earlier, I did also pick up a lot from people while they were killing it. So let's just check the log real quick to see what the actual number is here. I started with maybe a couple hundred kills. And you can see here it's listed as over 17,000. So the number, I'd say it's about 17,300-ish. We'll just say over 17,000. And to be honest, almost nobody else that was there was picking up all the loots. And definitely not picking up the dust. And you can see why. The value is only 664. When I first started, the value was over 1,000. So that's really crashed a lot. But I'm not too worried about that. I just want to see what I got here, and of course my original goal was just to get these shards going. I ended up starting this loot tab probably about 2 or 3 weeks before the update dropped, and actually I was able to build up quite a few blood shards before it did, and I ended up selling them as I went just because I really didn't trust their price. So let's go ahead and look at what we saw. Here's every blood shard I got. If you notice, the prices are actually fluctuating quite a bit. The very first set I sold, I managed to get 6 of them together. I got 10 million per. That was probably an hour after the update dropped, and I actually meant to sell them before the update, and I didn't manage to. But as I went then, I just started dropping them. I knew the price would crash immediately, so I was dropping them for relatively 8 million each. For some reason, though, I think about a week ago, there was some sort of increase. People really wanted them, so they actually went all the way up to 11 million. And then, of course, the last shard I got started dropping again, and I was able to drop it down for a little over 9 million. So let's go ahead and just grab all this cash. These are a little bit over 7.8. I believe these ones are as well. Yeah, so about 7.9. I probably could have sold them a little bit less time and gotten a little more money, but that's okay. I'm pretty happy with what I got here. So getting the rest of these puts me up to 145 million. This is really going to be where all of the money comes from. There's still going to be a few million more in my other items, but this is the bulk of it. I would say if I'm lucky, I'm making like 400 or 500k an hour here. The only reason that you make so much money is just the time commitment. If you're really focused and you could kill them faster, which means you could use the better gear, and you could probably go quite a bit faster, make more money per hour. Yeah, but not counting the clues, I would say it's only about 500k an hour, and that's just a super guess because I didn't keep track of anything. I didn't keep track of my hourly money or how many I killed for blood shards, because at some points I would have like 5 days in a row with not a single shard, and on certain other days I got like 3 shards in the same day. So it's very different experiences depending on how many you kill. But the math, of course, is always on our side, and in this case it actually gave me more because I got 15 shards there then on a drop rate when I should have only gotten about 11, which makes me a little suspicious of their drop rate. But I'm pretty confident I just got pretty lucky. I think their drop rate is based off of like almost 300,000 kills, so they're much more trustworthy than this little test. Either way, even if you don't get too many, they're very fun. They're AFK. You get the hard clues. And with that said, let's see exactly how much money we will make from all of this. A few of the notable things I did want to say just before I toss it all in, though. The Onyx bolt tips, let's see, sapphire bolt tips, snapdragon seeds. Maybe I could throw up these drop rates on the screen too. Those are actually very, very rare to get this many of them, especially the snapdragon seeds. Those are extremely rare. So somehow I lucked out on those. I switched to using the Ring of Wealth later on. So actually these rare drops aren't, or rare drop table drops aren't quite as rare as you might think because of that Ring of Wealth. Sort of did that a bit. But if you can see here, you have access to the bolt table, the herb table, and the seed table, and the random table. If you cut all of those out, there's actually only a couple of drops on the Vyrewatch table, which is all these guys up here. And honestly, those other drops are not going to add up to too much. So really, it's it's your rune items, your rune bars, lots of rune daggers, and your addy plates and legs. Those are going to be where basically all the money is here. So let me go ahead and speed this up, and let's see how much cash that we can get. Okay, so a few things that didn't sell here that we just want to finish off with. The blood runes, I think, were probably one of the greatest profits apart from the shards and the vampire dust. And then, like you guys saw, those addy plate bodies were pretty good. A lot of those items, though, didn't actually cash in for much money at all, which I'm a little bit sad about, but that's okay. I'm just going to quick sell these. I've been sitting on them for so long, I just want to get rid of them. So let's do 500 on these. Hopefully it sells. Not quite. And then I don't really care about these rune daggers either. So obviously you could make a bit more money if you decide to slow sell these. However, the vampire dust has been dropping consistently for a very long time. That one I don't believe even will be worth picking up pretty soon. But if you're going to kill 10,000, if you're going to kill 20,000, I'd just pick it up. Even if they're only 100 GP each, it still really adds up to exactly with exactly how much money you want to make. So I'd recommend it. I just want to look through the bank real quick here. Make sure I didn't miss anything. You can see I have a hard clue here, so I sat on them quite often. Probably should have gotten quite a few more. That's okay, because 100 was my goal, and I ended up getting 100. Let's grab our money out here. looks like we're looking at 194 million. You'll also notice that I didn't include coin drops in there. The main reason for that is because I basically thought of all of my coin drops as the uh, expenses of me dying. I think I even lost money on that if I don't count the coin drops, but actually it was quite a few million just in gold GP. They drop anywhere from like 500 coins to 3,000, so it adds up over time when you're getting that many drops. I'm just not going to include it though because I did end up losing so much to those death costs. Okay, so I'm just going to leave these guys selling. I don't think I want to go lower than 490 on these. Maybe I'll drop it to 400, but hopefully those will sell before we finish. Oh, there goes a couple right now. So yeah, those will probably sell before we finish opening all the hard clues. And so that's what we'll do next. I'm thinking that we might be able to hit 210, 220, maybe even 230 mil if we can actually land a couple of those boots from the hard clues. But let's see exactly what we can get when we do that. Again. All right, so last thing we have to do is open the 100 hard clues. We have the 195 million from the normal drops. We can hopefully get a few more million here. And then there is the 8 million still coming in from the vampire dust. I'm just going to leave that to go. If it comes through, great. If not, let's just add on the 8 million to the end. So let's see what we can get from these hard clues. Let me throw these up platinum tokens first. Okay. So first one, here we go. Not so great. And actually, I just remembered before we finish all of those, let me just double check the log. Because I do actually want to complete this at some point, so if we can get a couple of new items, that would be terrific. So we're at 85 right now on completing 362. We have one piece of gilded. If we can get a couple uniques, that would be terrific. So let's see what else we got. Number 2. A couple uniques there. The 2 pirate hats coming in. Always a good thing to see. Okay. And based on how long opening 100 is going to take, I think from here on out, I'm just going to lay some music over it. If we get anything interesting, we'll come back. Anything interesting like the D-hide boots here, those are the priciest ones we can get. I think that's actually the most expensive item you can get apart from the ranger hat and all the expensive rare items. Let's see what else we can do. Okay, and then I'm just going to mute it from here on out. Hello again, everyone. I just finished off selling all those items that I got. I decided not to bother showing the actual selling just because it's a lot of tedious putting useless items in for one coin. So I'm just going to show what I got on here with the clue scrolls. So from 100, it's listed as 14.8 mil. Not too bad. We got the notable drop of the Robin Hood and actually quite a few boot drops, which turns out I did not have before. If we look back at our log, for our hard clue scrolls, we are actually at 100 now. So I actually filled in quite a few slots, I think over 10. And actually a few of them being really good. So the Robin Hood hat, of course, and then three new boots that we got. We got the Ancients, the Bandos, and the Gothics, and then a bunch of other stuff. Fun one too was that I think it was the first glue, maybe the second one. I get the double pirate hat, and that was also unique, so that's kind of cool. But overall, looks like we made, let's see, with the 195 and the 14, also with the Vampire Dust that hasn't quite sold yet is about another 6, so about 115 mil. Probably closer to 120. I didn't actually end up selling a few of the clue items, just stuff like the teleports and whatnot, which I keep to help me with medium clues and whatnot. So quite maybe like 5-ish mil more that we could add to this entire loot tab. But overall, this is about how much you can expect from killing over 17,000 Vyrewatch. Almost all of our loot came from those blood shards, but the rest of it was just really fun. It was actually a blast just to pick it up and watch it all pile up in the bank. Of course, doing 100 clues is just really enjoyable, even if it's not super profitable. It's just so much fun to do, and it's fun to share with everybody as well. So if you guys do actually like seeing this sort of thing as far as, super loot tabs, I do a whole bunch of 1,000 medium clue openings. If you'd like to see anything like that, tell me. And maybe I could post some of the other footage I have. And this is my first video, so I'm not too sure how to do all the editing and whatnot. But if you guys do want to see super loot tabs of me killing just extraordinary amounts of monsters, let me know, and I will try to figure out how to edit it better and make better videos and whatnot. But for now, just wanted to share with you guys me killing a whole bunch of vampire type dudes. So let me know if you have any questions, suggestions, whatnot. And with that, I'm going to call it quits. So thank you so much for watching, and hopefully we can do another one of these again soon. Goodbye, guys.